Isabella. A lot of the time, she would stare straight at the cameras in the courtroom and make faces where it almost looked like she was having fun at her own trial.
If my excuse was I mistake my mom for Cecilia, I'm going, you gotta seem insane. Yo, what's good, YouTube? Today we're gonna be looking at the TikToker who murdered her own mom and became famous. I didn't know murdering your own parents was on the TikTok algorithm. How does that even work? I could have swore if you murdered your parents, everyone's gonna hate you. If you're watching this from YouTube, make sure you guys join us on Discord and make sure you guys join us on Twitch. We're live every day. Links in the description. And without further ado, let's get to it.
She seems so normal.
If I could have chosen a different path now, I would have.
What got Isabella Guzman into the state hospital was not normal. She killed her mother, stabbed her 79 times.
I'm not mentally ill anymore. I'm not a danger
Damn,
to
nigga.
myself or others.
On TikTok? Wait, she did it on TikTok? No, if she did it on TikTok, she's crazy.
TikTok has a funny way of bringing up old relics from the past and turning them into memes, whether that be songs from the 2000s or the revival of Twilight. This is kind of what happened with the case of Isabella Guzman, an 18-year-old girl who was found guilty of murdering her mom all the way back in 2013. Videos of her during her trial started to get popular on TikTok when users would duet the videos and make fun of the way she acted during her trial, which was really weird. But behind these weird videos was a real-life murder that was so brutal, it kind of shocked me to see people actually making light of it on social media. Today, we're going to explore the case of Isabel Guzman and how her behavior made her TikTok famous years later.
The fact that you could become famous after you murder your parents is crazy, but she probably became famous for all the wrong reasons. Not all publicity is good publicity. When she hops back on TikTok, it's not like people are gonna be like, we miss you, queen. She's not gonna be showered with love. You're gonna be known as the person who murdered their mom. I don't know if y'all wanna be known as a person that did that, but I certainly wouldn't.
Isabella grew up in Aurora, Colorado, and lived with her mom and stepdad. Her parents got divorced when she was a kid, but they were still civil after they separated, even buying a photography studio together when they did portraits. Yeon-mi Hoi, Isabella's mother, would sometimes work 12 hours a day to make ends meet, and many people saw her as a really hardworking lady.
Damn.
Despite this, Isabella was never grateful for anything her mom did or how hard she worked to support her. Those that knew the family knew Isabella was always kind of troubled and had a very mischievous side to her. She hated school, and even though her grades weren't bad, they were nothing to write home about. She ended up dropping out when she turned 18, just a few weeks before her final exams.
I would never understand. It's not like she was 17. I mean, she murdered her own mom. Of course she's not gonna be intelligent, but she damn near is stupid. If you literally can't even get your high school degree, you're actually stupid.
Her parents were disappointed to say the least when she did this, especially when she was so close to graduation. All those years of her suffering through school were
For no reason.
wasted.
Dumb.
Isabella's behavior only got worse when her mom remarried to a man called Ryan Hoi.
If that nigga was my stepdad, I ain't gonna lie, I'd probably go on a murdering spree. No. Chill. He's probably a good dude. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Just has two necks. He just has two necks. You know, he might be a good person. We'll see.
Isabella resented her mom for replacing her dad, and her behavior towards her mom became so awful that she was sent to live with her dad, Robert Guzman. She ended up moving back in with her mom and Ryan, but they continued to have a bad relationship.
That dad wanted nothing to do with her. He like, nigga, she dumb. She can't even finish school. The hell I'ma keep her for, nigga? I got away from the mother just to get away from this girl as well. That's tough.
In the weeks leading up to the murder, Isabella's disrespect towards her mom got really bad until one day, everything exploded. During a bad fight, Isabella yelled and spit in her mom's face. Ryan told police that his wife was terrified of Isabella after this fight, and matters were only made worse when the next day, Yeon-mi showed him an email Isabella sent her during the night, which said, "You will pay."
You have your mother's email? That don't make no sense. I'm just sorry. For a person that didn't even complete school, you have your mother's email? That is your form of communication? I'd be damned if I ever got a death threat on my email from my own daughter or some shit. I don't know. You will pay? Nigga, you live in my household. You live in my household talking about you will pay. Nigga, you will leave. She's 18. They have no obligation to keep her there, especially if she don't like them. You feel me? The least you could do is be obedient. You feel what I'm saying? You're not paying the rent. You will get kicked out, nigga.
With everything Isabella was doing and her escalating violence towards her mom, they made the decision to call the cops. The cops came to check on the family and spoke to both Isabella and her mom. They warned Isabella that now she was 18, her mom and stepdad could legally kick her out of the house and make her homeless, which would be a good reason for her to fix her behavior. Isabella didn't have much to say to the cops, and after they left, she went up to her room and stayed there all night. You may be thinking that this girl sounds like a total nightmare to have in your house, and I agree. Living with Isabella and her behavior sounds exhausting. But according to Isabella, there was more to the story.
What?
Lee and Ryan were both Jehovah's Witnesses, a branch of Christianity that's really strict and doesn't celebrate any holidays,
So she's supposed to be waking up in the morning and knocking on doors, nigga. You better get out of the house, nigga.
including Christmas or birthdays.
Okay, and so are other religions like that, but I never once thought, yeah, let me take it out on my parents. Nigga, if you don't believe in a religion, you're not bound to it. You feel what I'm saying? You should follow a religion based off of what you believe your ideals and beliefs are. If you don't like it, nigga, leave. You could practice something else. There's like 20 other religions in 2020. Like, nigga. But the fact that you hate it because birthdays aren't being celebrated, grab a cake, I don't know.
Isabella claims that she was abused by her parents when she was a kid, and this is why she was so disrespectful towards them. She
Okay.
also claims that the abuse got way worse after she decided she didn't want to be a Jehovah's Witness anymore when she was 14 years old. Even though Yeonmi and Ryan were definitely Jehovah's Witnesses, no one has been able to say whether or not they did abuse Isabella as a child. After police left, Yeonmi decided to go to work for the rest of the day and put some space between her and Isabella. Ryan stayed at home with his stepdaughter, who didn't come out of her room again until around 8:30 that evening. Yeonmi
Okay.
came home from work at 9:30 p.m. and told her husband she was going to take a shower. When she went upstairs, Ryan stayed in the living room watching TV and eating the McDonald's she brought home for him. Only a few
Okay.
minutes later, Ryan heard thumping and banging coming from the upstairs bathroom and Yeonmi calling out for him. When he went to investigate, he saw Isabella in the bathroom with her mom before she slammed the door in his face. Ryan tried as hard as he could to get into the bathroom, but Isabella locked the door. He knew straight away that his wife was in danger. He ran to get his cell phone and called the cops. When he went back upstairs, a pool of blood was leaking out from under the bathroom door.
I feel bad for bro. I feel bad for the stepdad, nigga. You would think the stepdad would be the problem, not the biological mother. If you were in the stepdad's predicament, what would y'all niggas do? I'd probably just call the cops and just leave the house. I mean, the wife is dead, but nigga, what if the kid comes after you next?
Yeonmi had stopped screaming and he heard her last words, Jehovah, which is their name for God. What happened next sounds like something straight out of a horror movie. Isabella
happens?
opened the bathroom door. She was holding a knife and covered in blood. She calmly walked past Ryan as if he wasn't even there.
Type of horror movie?
The house. It was clear that Yeonmi was dead when Ryan got into the bathroom, but he still tried to perform CPR until the emergency services
I don't think that's
arrived.
gonna work. I don't think that's gonna work, buddy. 79 times? Yo, that's overkill, nigga. No video game do you have to stab someone 79 times. Probably like 2 or 3 times, maybe 5 times. 79 times, 31 stabs to the face, and buddy, you try to do CPR, she is gone.
Yeonmi was pronounced dead at the scene, but she'd been stabbed a total of 79 times all over her face and neck. There was also
That's
a baseball
crazy.
bat in the bathroom, and it looked like Isabella had beaten her mom with it before or after she stabbed her. By the time
Damn.
the cops and paramedics arrived, Isabella was nowhere to be found, which worried everybody since she'd left the house with the knife she'd just used to murder her mom with. They tried
Okay.
to find her by tracking her cell phone, but this didn't work out since her phone was turned off. Luckily, Isabella was found in a parking garage the next day and arrested after someone saw her there and tipped them off. Isabella was charged with first-degree murder, and because she was 18, she was tried as an adult. This meant she could be given the death penalty. However, this is where things got even wilder.
What happened?
Isabella was found innocent. Well, okay.
She stabbed someone 79 times, like 31 times to the face. In what world is that innocent? Whoever that lawyer was, that's the same nigga that OJ's lawyer. Whoever that nigga is, hey, hit me up, cause that's insane. No, that's insane. I'm gonna need some context.
Well, okay, not totally innocent. During her trial, Isabella was assessed by a doctor who diagnosed her with schizophrenia, a mental illness that can cause people to hallucinate and have delusions.
Damn.
According to the doctor, Isabella didn't believe that it was her mom she was killing, that she was actually a woman called Cecilia, and she had to kill her to save the world.
Yo, she has been smoking. If you cannot identify your mom, what type of movie ass reasoning is that? Yeah, I have to be Superman. So yeah, let me just stab her ass 79 times to the... What world is Cecilia terrorizing, nigga? She looks like a ghost, bro. Yeah, she does.
This evidence made it possible for Isabella to plead innocent by reason of insanity, which means she was so mentally unwell when she committed her crime that she didn't know right from wrong. The court accepted her plea, which almost never happens, and she was sent to a psychiatric hospital for proper treatment of her mental illness.
She
Now
lied.
we
She
need to
lied.
talk about what happened that turned this 8-year-old case into a viral trend on TikTok.
What
Do you
happened?
guys remember that song Sweet But Psycho by Ava Max? When
No.
that song came out in 2018, it got popular really quickly. Not
Okay.
only was it a super catchy song, but it had lyrics that were, let's say, a little controversial. Ava Max was actually called out on the song for glamorizing mental illness by saying that it's okay to be psycho as long as you're sweet. Well,
She
some
fine as
users
shit,
on
though.
TikTok
I will say
took
that.
the meaning behind the song and started applying it to Isabella. During her trial,
She's chopped though. Like, if y'all gonna use that soundtrack on someone, at least do it on someone that looks decent.
Isabella behaved pretty strangely, which makes sense now that we know she was living with untreated schizophrenia. A lot of the time, she would stare straight at the cameras in the courtroom and make faces where it almost looked like she was having fun at her own trial. People started taking clips
If that's your plea, if that's what you're gonna go with, then you have to look insane, nigga. If my excuse was I mistake my mom for Cecilia, nigga, I'm going. Nigga, I'm throwing up gang signs. You gotta seem insane. I'm doing some of the weirdest shit, nigga. I'm going. The amount of faces I'm gonna make in there, I'm gonna just do some weird shit. Why do y'all think she did that? You think if she came to the court looking normal, that they would plead her for insanity? I don't know.
of her making faces and gestures and put Sweet But Psycho over the top of it. This really divided TikTok. Some people saw it as harmless and they could totally appreciate Isabella's appearance and at the same time condemn her actions. But a lot more people really didn't like this trend since it seems
Because
like
they're
people
normal.
were trying to overlook what Isabella did just because she's pretty. Not only that, but making fun of her behavior when she was mentally ill added to the stigma around mental illness. A lot of people were called out, especially on Twitter, for making these videos, and eventually the trend died down again.
I made a video on this, but stop glamorizing serial killers. I don't know. I'd be damned if my family member got killed and then I seen everyone on the internet talking about, oh my goodness, did you see the killer? They look gorgeous. They look hot. No, brother, at the end of the day, they're still a serial killer. Stop glamorizing it, because if you paint someone out to be like pretty and cute and shit, people will look at this person like they're a normal person. No, they need help.
To be honest, I'm glad this trend didn't last long, and looking at the videos some people made, it was really gross. It's not okay to excuse someone's actions
Facts.
just because they're good looking or charming.
Facts.
On the flip side, it's also really insensitive to make fun of someone in a mental health crisis. We need to
Facts.
discourage making content like this when it does so much harm to people who are mentally ill. Since she was sent to a psychiatric hospital, not much has been heard from Isabella. That was until November 2020. Isabella did an interview for the
Oh, hell, she got 2 chins. I ain't know nobody making the edit of her ass no more. No one making no edit of that no more.
first time since she was sentenced and said she feels ready to rejoin society. She claims that she is no longer mentally ill after years of treatment and medication. When asked about the day she took her mom's
Fine.
life, Isabella said that wasn't me. And now that she feels mentally stable, she is no longer a danger to herself or others.
There's gonna be a Discord mod hitting her up talking about, hey, you know, and she gonna respond and she gonna entertain it. And when you die, buddy, it wasn't her. It was Mia. It was her 5th personality, Mia. And she killed you to save the whole internet. And when she gets back in court, she gonna go like, there's no winning with her. Keep her ass locked up. You stay there, buddy.
That isn't the only reason Isabella wants to leave the hospital. In 2015, it was reported that she was assaulted 3 times by a hospital employee and is now
Damn.
trying to have him arrested and held accountable for abusing her.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, taking advantage of someone that is mentally insane, you are down bad and you are weird.
There hasn't been an update on whether or not the employee is being prosecuted, and there is no update on whether Isabella will be released anytime soon.
But anyways, that does conclude the video. Moral of the story, please do not glamorize serial killers or just murderers in TikTok. I don't care how they look, alright? If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe. Join us on Twitch. We're live every day. YXL for life. Love y'all.